I am alive. I am alive and well. Don't forget that time that I did that thing. Hold on, wait, let me.
My dad.
I love my mommy cause she fucked the shit out of my dad. I love my mommy cause she. I love my mommy cause she. Your problem now. I love my mommy cause I love my mommy cause I love my mommy cause she fucked the shit out of my dad. I love my mommy cause she, oh yeah. What's going on, Monet? Welcome, guys. Sorry, I was in the middle of a groove. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping on by. Headed back to the house. So I wanted to make this stream real quick and kind of give everybody a quick update for those curious about what's going on with the channel, what's going on with me as a whole, because I know if all you watch is YouTube, as far as our channel's concerned, there hasn't been really any content. And for those that are curious about what's happening, I wanted to kind of fill you in, give you the latest update as to my comings and goings, and touch base a little bit, get a little chat, a little chit, see what's good. Sorry to fix my mustache. Mustache is getting long. It's getting big and long and very difficult to manage. Ate some delicious shrimp. Proud of you. Have a good one. Anyways, so this is kind of the deal. The office, for the most part, is now done. It is just a matter of now getting my equipment there. So within the next week, probably 2 tops, I will officially be in Honey Mommy Manor, which will then be my manor, my humble abode as well. So our first official full-on broadcast to all of the available platforms will be from Honey Mommy Manor in the next 2 weeks, tops. This month everything's happening. Now, in the meantime, I have been streaming to Twitch every day, every morning. So if you are genuinely interested in taking in some of the Epic Question content, getting a chance to chat shit with us, you can always come over to Twitch in the mornings. With my laptop right now, I can't, for whatever reason, I'm having difficulties getting it to YouTube, specifically because I'm streaming through the Xbox and it streams exclusively to Twitch. And the capture card in tandem with my laptop, apparently they fight, and I can't quite figure out how to fix the glitchiness that is coming as a result of it. So I'm getting my fix because I can't go without streaming. So that's why I've been streaming there in the meantime. So I encourage you to check us out on Twitch. You don't have to have the app to watch Twitch. You just got to have the internet. You can go to twitch.tv/The Epic Question YT and watch us from any kind of device, phone, iPod Touch, computer, TV with an internet browser. You do not have to have the app. Just an FYI, if you did want to swing by and pay us a little visit. Sorry, my mustache is driving me insane right now. And I always do this. I'll tinker with it when I'm driving, and I can never get it right. And sometimes I just straight up ruin it. Cause myself a slew of issues. Like I'm doing right now. Fuck it! I'm leaving it alone. I'll leave it alone. But I'm excited, man. You know, I know that it's going to be challenging because of the amount of time that I've spent not consistently uploading and streaming to YouTube. But I will not live my life in quiet desperation. I won't. I don't want to. And, you know, being a person in their mid-30s, if you will, It's been one of those things where I started a lot of stuff that I've always wanted to do it very late for whatever reason, or I didn't give it my all. That's kind of like my life story. I've spent the vast majority of my life not following through on anything. I've gotten through life literally by my wits, giving the most minimum amount of effort, and that has served me well in some areas. But as a result, I've never had anything truly great because I've never allowed myself to put forth that effort. I've often been told, and this is not like me patting myself on the back, but I've been told a lot I'm too smart for my own good. And that's true in that because I pick up on things easily and I don't have to put the same amount of effort other people do into certain things, I end up putting in that minimum amount of effort to do something, to accomplish something, and then I just kind of get by. I'm never fully successful, fully maturized, and fully satiated with anything that I do. And it's one of these things that I've done throughout my entire life. And just recently, in the last couple of years, more specifically this last year, I've been really thinking about the things I've wanted to do, and I'm not afraid of failure. I'm not. A lot of people think that if you don't do something, it's because you're afraid to fail. There are many other reasons not to do something, and for me personally, that has a tendency to be my lack of follow-through on any number of topics. But for me as a whole, I think that I am in a position now that I'm just going to do it. And regardless of the outcome, if I truly enjoy it, I feel like I can make something out of it. Whether it's the most lucrative thing ever, doubtful. Statistically, the odds are stacked against me. But that has never stopped me from doing anything else before that I wanted to do. It stopped me from doing things before, but not necessarily stuff I wanted to do. And, you know, I don't want to wake up every day hating my life because I didn't follow through on something. Was it Michael Jordan that said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take? And that's true. You know what I mean? You can't go through life expecting things to happen if you're not willing to work for them. I've been very lucky in a lot of areas. I've had a lot of opportunities come across my plate and I ate up what was there, or I put it in a doggy bag and thought that I could eat it later, but I let it sit too long and it spoiled and I couldn't eat it. That's a weird analogy to kind of basically say that I haven't taken advantage of a lot of opportunities I've had. But opportunity is basically a combination of preparation and luck that equates to opportunity, and I think that's true. You know, I find myself that oftentimes when there's something I want to do, one of my biggest negative traits is I'll say, oh, I want to do that really bad, but I'm not going to because I cannot do it exactly as I envision it. So because of that, I'm not going to execute on anything because I don't have the tools or the skills or the know-how or the assets or the whatever to actually execute it the way I think it should be executed. So as a result, I do nothing. I've had this show idea, for example. It could be a TV show, could be a comic book, could be a movie, could be whatever. Probably not a movie, but this premise, I've literally had this thing for probably 20 years, it feels like. I've been thinking about this idea. And eventually, somebody is going to do it. There was something very similar to it in the early 2000s, but it wasn't what I envisioned. And I want to do it, and I think I'm just going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do a stripped down, terrible version of it, and maybe if I get lucky, I'll get access to some resources to step it up a little bit, to increase the production value. But if I don't do it, I'm going to be pissed at myself, and I'll resent me, and then I will end up, what do you call it? What's the word when you projecting? I will project that on the people I care about, even though they had nothing to do with me actually doing something or not. You know, I can trick myself into thinking, oh, I'm not doing this because I'm doing this for this person, or that for this person, or that for that person, or whatever. But the reality is, if I really want to do it, I can just do it. You know what I mean? And I have this issue with instant gratification. This is something that legitimately I've struggled with, which is kind of ironic because I'm a habitual procrastinator. Simultaneously, I crave and am unbelievably eager for instant gratification. You would think one would not necessarily be tied to the other, because in order to acquire instant gratification, you have to act, you have to do. But oftentimes, because I cannot acquire in my head, I don't believe I can get that instant gratification, I won't execute on something. Therefore, I will procrastinate and or not do it at all. Yeah, Monet, you know what's up. But I honestly believe that for me to do these things, I just have to do them. And Honey Mommy's been gracious enough to help me with the office. And it's set up, I mean, with the exception of like a piece of trim, it's good to go, man. I mean, I couldn't ask for, especially under the circumstances and with space restrictions and everything else, that I was able to get this space just for me. And I'm very grateful, very excited, and I want to get life started. You know, I've went through so much of my life just being alive, but not actually living. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like large chunks of my life, you know, if someone drew my life in a line on a sheet of paper, someone took an eraser and just erased big chunks of the line, and the other portions are not being reconnected, they're just gone. There's no putting that line back. The pencil edge gone, pencil's broken in half, and someone took a shit on it and then hid the shit in the poo butt ass, and it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gone. It's not an option. So the only option I have, somebody was taking a picture, I decided to wave to him. Taking a picture of a thing, I went away. Hope they watch that back and see my handsome face. But I just have to keep drawing more line. That's all. That's my only option. I can't go back. I can't redraw it. I can't fill in the blanks. I just got to keep drawing more line until I'm ultimately out of lead or out of paper. I'm big on analogies, if you haven't picked up on that. But, you know, I get confused about me sometimes when I look at why I do some of the things I do. I can rationalize almost anything and provide a pretty good reason for a lot of stuff. And it's a legit reason. But what's difficult sometimes is to dig down to the root of it. Because a lot of these things, especially for me, some people may be easier, but for me to find the root cause of a lot of stuff I do is not an easy task, and it's not an easy ask to figure that stuff out. I've tried, and then I see a squirrel, and then I'm want to party with the squirrel, and then life goes down a different path. But I've taken so many detours on the way, on the highway that is life. And oftentimes I keep going down one-way streets and have to turn around. And it's not because I'm a bad driver. It's because I refuse to look at a map or take directions. So I am constantly going down the wrong path because I'm not thinking about where that path could potentially lead. Now, there are positive attributes, and again, I'm big on analogies, but there are positive attributes to the kind of mindset too, because, you know, I don't want to always travel on the road everybody else does. That's boring to me. You get stuck in traffic, everybody and their brother's in the same road, it's boring. I want to get off on some side streets, I want to go on an adventure, I'm trying to get it in, I'm trying to do it up, I'm trying to live the dream, I'm trying to suck it down. You know, they say grab life by the balls and grab the horns and suck the horns down your throat and swallow them into your gullet. It's pretty straightforward. But I think for me, as I mentioned in the beginning, that because in my head I have a vision for something, And if I cannot execute perfectly on that vision, I don't do it at all. That's a problem. Life is not perfect. You are not perfect. I am not perfect. And you cannot expect anything that you do to be perfect. So to hold yourself to such a high standard that you know, if you think about it, you know you cannot achieve. I know I cannot achieve the standard of the many different things that are in my head. I know I can't. It's possible, but it's highly unlikely. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hold these things in my head and I almost use them as a crutch, like, well, I can't execute on this as I envision it, so therefore I can't do it, because if I do it and somebody sees it, they're going to think that's the vision, not the vision I had. Therefore, the level of creativity and the thought and all this and that, they're going to think it's all garbage. I can't do things like that. I can't. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So basically what I'm saying is you're going to get a lot of hot garbage from me. No, what I mean is I think I'm just going to do. Especially when it comes to the channel. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to do. And if it works and people dig it, fantastic. And if not, at least I know I did. And I tried it. As I said earlier, Michael Jordan said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I'm going to steal that quote, change it slightly, and then make it my own. You know, I once said that if you're not taking shots... Wait, no, that's not going to work. You know, I've always said... Shit, I can't think of another way to say it. Make it sound good. You know, Eric from the Epic Question once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know, Eric from the Epic Question said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot. Changed it slightly. You know, I heard an old quote from this guy, Eric from the Epic Question. He said, it doesn't matter when you catch the fish, it's going to be fresh and delicious. You know, I heard a quote one time from this guy named Eric from the Epic Question. He said, one of the scariest things you could ever imagine is to wake up one day feeling as though you've lived your life in quiet desperation. You know, I once heard this guy, Eric from the Epic Question, say he likes to march to the beat of a different snare drum beat pattern. I don't know, they're just quotes I invented that nobody else invented and didn't influence in any way. It's not important. It's just science, guys. Come on, don't overthink things. Just take it for what it is, truth. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get things moving, to get my mitts on Honey Mommy, of course. I like to get my mitts on her, Gladys and Brian. Brian's he's a sneaky fucker. Don't be careful. Be careful. What are you talking about, Gladys? What's Brian up to? He's always over here. You never even see him. You see Gladys all the time, pointing and gesturing in such a ways, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Brian's all like, "Here I am." I'm like, "Brian, what are you up to, you old knuck and futz, you old so and so? You're just a rapscallion. Yeah, you're a card, bitch." But I gotta stop talking about it and just be about it. So I wanted to do this quick little stream so you could ask my butt questions. My butt wants answers immediately. You want to put it in my butt, in my butt. You want to give me my butt, in my butt. But honestly, I want to be in a spot where I can just do, which I'm getting very close to. At this stage now, the stage has been set. Quite literally, the stage has been set. Now it is me to put on. It's up to me to put on the play. I have to schedule the concert dates, the play dates. I have to get the people. I got the tickets. I just got to put them in the machine and scan the barcode and enter the data in the system, and then ultimately review the sales reports and confirm whether or not we sold enough tickets. And then, based on that, we'll set up another show and hopefully put on another play. That was a very lengthy analogy that I stretched very thin. It may be difficult to follow. Basically, what I'm getting at is I've done. Let me rephrase that. Things have been done to put me in a position where I can execute. It is now time for me to execute. So, not just that. I don't just mean on this YouTube channel either. I'm talking about in life. I'm done just being alive and going day by day by day, working and then being excited for the weekend. Nothing wrong with being excited for the weekend, but if I'm literally working just to push through to the weekend, I am losing out on a whole week's worth of life. I don't want my good times and good moments to be relegated to 2 days a week. Fuck that. Do you know what I mean? Like, to think, it's like if you're in school or you work or whatever, and you look forward to the weekend, that's okay if you have something going on. But that whole time leading up to the weekend, what did you experience? What did you live? What did you enjoy? It doesn't have to be some event. It doesn't have to be some trip. I just want to enjoy it. You know, I genuinely enjoy sitting with my girlfriend and watching a television show. I like watching her laugh at something stupid. I enjoy that time. That's quality time to me. That is time I will gladly give. I will gladly pay with my time. When that is not taking place, I want to create. It makes me feel better to create and put something out that other people could perhaps enjoy. Whether it is me enriching somebody else's life in some way. And when I say enriching, I'm not talking like life changing. Oh my God, if not for you, my life would be garbage, but now it's great. Even if it's just entertaining somebody for 10 minutes out of their day, or for 3 minutes out of their day, or for 1 minute out of their day, or an hour out of their day, that makes me feel good, and it allows me to vent. I have so much going on inside this ridiculously large human head. I have a very big Brian. Brian is not this Brian. That's a whole different Brian. This is regular Brian. This is Big Brian. Big Brian's very muscly, 6-pack, the whole nine. His chest looks like an egg salad sandwich, but beyond that, I mean, this dude is in very good shape in the muscly department, if you don't know about. But I'm ready to do these things, and I gotta stop just thinking about them. And I think my biggest detriment on top of procrastination, there's so many different attributes to my life where I am lackluster and or can be problematic. But for me, I find that if I am looking for a reason not to do something, I can give you 50. And there'll be 50 good ones, 50 good reasons. I have to start, and I can also do the same thing for stuff that may not be beneficial. I can give you a lot of probably good reasons to do something or to try something. But as far as the reasons why I stop myself from trying things, the reasons are legitimate reasons, but to me, looking back on them, they're silly. They're silly. And I think part of it comes from, and throughout my life, I've never had someone that, I've had people in my life that believe in me and, you know, good job and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that's never happened. That has happened. But when it comes to more creative endeavors, this guy turning or what? Turning guy? Asshole. Put your blinker on and then just go straight forever. But is that with my chat on? Hold on. I don't know what my chat's on, guys. Oh, what's up, Panda? I didn't see that chat message, brother. Where are we headed? I am currently heading home to Honey Mommy Homestead, my girlfriend's house, which will soon be my home as well. We have been building up this office space for the last couple of weeks, months, and we've been transitioning from me living in my apartment because I work from home. So before I can move in, I have to get myself in a position where I can work and do everything else that I normally do. So I have to be able to work from the house itself. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, making sure that I can get everything there and have everything I need for that to be successful. So that's what's been kind of happening. But we've made some significant progress. The office, again, with the exception of hanging up a piece of trim, is done. All the stuff I've wanted to do, I've done. You know what I mean? I want to make a mount to hang up guitars, but that shouldn't stop me from living there. You know what I mean? These things can be adjusted. Adjustments can be made. The major stuff has been addressed. Silly stuff. I get hung up on silly things. And it's not for any particular reason other than I just get hung up on silly things in life. I always have. Again, if something's not perfect, this is kind of what I'm talking about throughout this entire stream, is that if something doesn't feel perfect, exactly as I envision it, I won't execute on it. And that's not a way to live. That's not a way to do things. You know what I mean? You can't live life that way. I'm trying to get the shadow of my mustache. Look at it. It's weird to have the shadow on there. It makes it look like a fake mustache. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Here's what I'm saying. Like, you have to find reasons to do things, not reasons not to do things. I would rather fail trying something I like or that I love rather than succeed at mediocrity. To become acclimated and comfortable with lethargy and a lack of true joy. You know what I mean? Comparing myself to other people, places, and things. That's part of human nature. That's a default that we all go to in one respect or another. But you can't live your life like that. Henry David Thoreau said, comparison is the thief of joy. And that's the truth. I just want to make sure that I'm doing the things I should be doing that fosters the most amount of joy in my life and in the lives of the people around me. And I believe when I'm truly happy, the people around me, it's infectious and vice versa. And I don't want to contribute to negativity, unnecessary negativity, especially in the lives of those I love. So, with that said, I will leave it on that note, guys. Stay tuned. Again, I stream every single morning on Twitch during this time before I get everything back at the house and set up to get back to YouTube full time. But I'm streaming every morning on Twitch. You don't have to have the app to watch. On Twitch, we are The Epic Question YT. You can go to twitch.tv/The Epic Question YT. You can do it from the website and watch our stuff. We do it every morning. So swing on by. If not, that's okay, but we're there if you do want to see us. That said, I am Audi 5000 and a bucket of cat heads. Thank you for kicking it with me for a few minutes. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this stream. I love you. I appreciate you. I feel like I've been missing Chad. Okay, anyways, until next time, guys, I will see you in the next stream. Bye forever.